Okay, I'm just gonna go over the level editor. First I'll go over the blocks themselves. The green blocks are related to the hand. They can only touch the hand. Same with the hip for purple, feet for orange. The red can hit anything. It's a bad. You want to avoid it. It's a dodge block. So the difference between these and these, the hit ones you actually have to apply force to with whatever limit is, and the grind blocks you just have to get to that point with your hand or foot or hip. And these tap blocks, they only come from the bottom. They're more like DDR for stomping. And these go any which way, all of these. So you have to look around and see what's coming towards you. Those are the blocks. So to get in the level editor, you click toggle edit mode. You've got this panel now, you've got this panel. So first you have to load a song. This should be empty for you because you have to add your custom songs to make a custom level. Click this and look in your desktop and you'll see here's your the folder in which the songs are placed for custom levels. The song has to be in a .ogg format, an ogg vorbis format. Just Google a converter and you'll be able to convert things. Currently the game doesn't support MP3. Let's see. So you drag your song in here. You click refresh. You pick it out of the list. Let's see. I still haven't made Poopy Elevator. So you can ignore all this for the moment. That's going to get generated once you load it. So now we're in the level editor. I can hit buttons and spawn blocks. So button 1, that's the top indicator here. It's trigger on most controllers. It spawns a punch block, but your hand has to be moving to spawn it. Otherwise it's going to give you this issue because it's going to go in the direction you're moving your hand in. And that's going to be the direction you have to hit it. That's why the button's there. The other ones, like the hip block, I'm using the trackpad. It might be a joystick for you. And then I click while moving my hips to spawn the hips, the hip block, the hip grind. That's interesting. Oh, I'm facing the wrong direction. Okay. This is the front. I should have an indicator there, but this is where you load the levels, is the front, and that's where grind blocks go. So I can spawn hand blocks. If I spawn foot blocks, it's according to the hand you're clicking the button on. So I use this hand for that foot, this hand, button 2, to spawn those. And then you can, the dodge block, it is in the center there. It goes from your hand. You have to be moving your hand, you got to be moving your foot. You got that, okay. You can bind things to your button 1 or button 2 for convenience. So you don't have to hit the trackpad, since I found it's easier that way. So those are how you spawn all the blocks. You can also change the bindings here, and you can reset the binds with that button or with this button. This, while I'm at it, this is actually the song itself, the timing anyway. You can also use the right and left to scroll through the song, and it'll move the blocks. And while I'm at it, button 2, while you're in the menu, opens up the delete a block mode, which you can also get to by pressing this button. So when you're in that, you have these pointers. You can point at a block and click trigger, or button 1 to delete a block. If they're too far away, you might have to scroll through the song a little. I'm just going left and right in the song in the real time. That's for deleting individual blocks. I can also delete all blocks. Since you usually design a song from the beginning, let me just spawn a bunch of blocks for an example. Since you usually design from the beginning, I have this only delete future blocks option. So if I only want to delete foot grind blocks from the future, I'm keeping all these from earlier in the song. So that's one way to do it. You can uncheck that and just delete all foot grinds. You can uncheck that and delete all blocks. This doesn't work at the moment. It sort of just moves blocks towards the front instead of coming from wider directions. I'll try and fix that in an update soon. Since you can hit trigger on this or button 1 and button 2 on this and set up your binds so that you can press those buttons easier. There's this reset trigger grip binds, and then you're back to spawning those blocks. So now that we've gone through all of that, basically you're just going to want to go through with a few passes, and you're just going to spawn blocks with the rhythm of the song. It's that's the simple part. And then you're going to go back after you're done with the song and do another few passes where you say, okay, I'm going to do some of this hip stuff while that's going on. And since you can act out, playing the level, you can get a really good idea of whether it's even possible to do all these different things at once. So it's very physically based level editing. And then once you're done with all that, you can leave this the same, leave this the same, name this if you want to by default. It's got this naming convention of the artist dash song name, which you might as well stick with. The author is you, that's your name you put there, just so people know you made the level. Difficulty, just whatever you want to call it, whatever word you want to describe it, but if it needs a bigger play space, like you're like walking around and adding like, I know the Jaws song has one like this, right? Add big play space. If you're like putting a, foot grind like way up in the air, put that in there. Just describe the difficulty of the level in the various ways that it can be. The BPN, it affects score and timing and visuals. Just click this each time there's a beat, or you can just look up the song beat. And once it's what you want, just let go of that button and that'll stay the way it is. And then you hit save level, and now the level's saved in your save directory, and there it is, newly created. It's got all the song data. I could close the game now and load it up again. I can load the level just as it is now. You can hit the save level button to overwrite at any time. Just a quick note, you probably want to disable block trails when you get into the editing, because it can look nasty like that. So that's the entire level editor. Share your levels by sending the .ogg song file and the level JSON file in each of these directories to whoever you're sharing it with. Post them as a zip on the itch page in the community. And if it's an open source song or you have permission from the artist, especially if you are the artist, I can add it to the base game itself. So please do share. That's it.